Hello guys, F.A.D here and welcome back to yet another album review. Today, we have finally come to the final Fury of a Deadman album. Well, Fury of a Deadman I guess is not really the right name for them anymore, but we'll get into that in a second. So, last time, of course, I reviewed Savages, which was a great follow-up to The Truth Is. It was a big change in style for the band. After kind of doing the same thing for a couple of albums, they decided to switch it up, get a darker vibe, and it worked so well. But what did the band decide to do after that? Well, I kind of don't even really want to talk about this, but I have to. The result was the album released last year, Fury's Wake Up Call. After the band released their heaviest album since their debut, they completely did a U-turn and decided to go for a poppy sound. And why? Why, you might ask? Why would they do this? Guys, all because Tyler Connolly, the band's singer, learned how to play the piano. Yes. He just learned how to play the piano and decided to change his writing style and just have an album full of poppy songs. I'm telling you, there's not a single heavy track on here. Even No Fixed Address from Nickelback had a few heavy songs like Edge of a Revolution, Million Miles an Hour. Here, we have none of that. All of it is very poppy. It's basically a pop rock album all the way throughout. No heavy moments, and after Savages, it's a huge disappointment, and it's easily my least favorite album from the band. That's not to say that it's completely shit. I'm not gonna say that. I am gonna treat this album fairly, even though it is my least favorite and it's super disappointing. There are still some tracks on here that I actually do like to listen to, but definitely not ahead of the other Fury of a Deadman albums. In my opinion, the album does actually start off on a pretty high note. The first track, Straightjacket, is probably one of my bigger highlights from here. I don't know, I really just like the chorus. I think it's just very catchy. Even though I think the piano bit, can be a bit obnoxious. I've read that somewhere, and I do see where that's coming from. But overall, it's definitely one of the better tracks. Basically, a song about being with this girl, and even though she basically treats you like shit, you still are with her. So you're basically losing your mind. You're going crazy, and you're still with her. All that kind of stuff. Nothing all too special, but I really do like the chorus. it has some energy to it, and it's a nice way to start off the record, I guess. But it really is a sign of things to come. It's a completely different vibe than especially if you look at Savages. It's just something from a completely different environment. This, honestly. Right after that, we have track 2 called RX, better known as Medicaid. Now, this is basically the hit from this album. This song went #1 on the rock charts. How? I don't know. the song is very catchy, that's probably the reason, but honestly, it's not anything all too amazing. Sure, I like the track, again, it's probably one of the better ones, but is it really good enough to warrant it having been #1 for numerous weeks? I don't think so. Like I said, it's a catchy track. I do like the chorus. It's a nice listen. But again, it's just nothing that really, it's not something that you're just gonna be coming back to over and over again, if you know what I mean. And the writing on it isn't really that great either. The song is about the entire prescription drug epidemic, everything, how everybody's using prescription drugs, all that kind of stuff. And, it's just, there is a message behind it, but the way it's written is not perfect. If you look at the chorus, which is one of the catchier parts of it, one of the reasons why it did so well. It opens up with "I am so freaking bored." That's just, every time I listen to that, I just kind of cringe a little. That's like child writing right there. It's just so immature, just "I am so freaking bored, nothing to do today." I guess I'll sit around and medicate. I get what it's trying to say, oh, there's nothing to do, there's nothing better to do than just get high on prescription medication, but come on, man, you could have written it better. And then the entire bridge is just a mess. The line that, where Tyler said that Superman is a hero, but only when his mind is clear, though. What the hell, bro? What was going through your head when you were writing that? And you were like, you know what? I think that's good. That's gonna make the final cut. Like, come on, bro, what? And then through the rest of the bridge, he's just basically calling everybody high, and it's just a bit like what? Like, this song did so well. Again, I'm saying this is probably one of my favorite tracks on here, which I guess is saying quite a lot about the quality of the album overall. But it's just still, I mean, I don't understand how it did so well. I mean, all I see is that it's a catchy tune, but not much else, basically. And I like it, but it's definitely not a great song by any means. After that, the band goes into an even more poppy direction with Echoes, which I have to admit, when I first heard it, because I still remember the day when when the music video for that song came on YouTube. I was so disappointed with it, because it was at that point when I knew that this was gonna be such a poppy album. Of course, I did not expect that it would mean that there's legit not even a single heavy song, but you know what I mean. But I do have to say that over time, this track definitely has grown on me. I do like the way the chorus sounds, echoes, echoes, echoes in my mind. I do like that bit. I think that Tyler's vocals do work well. They sound nice, which is always a good thing. But again, it's just nothing special. That's basically what you can say about this entire album. Just does nothing out of the ordinary. It's like, it's trying to be like, no, it's trying to be mainstream me, but at the same time, it's not really doing anything to, really stand out from all the other stuff that's out there, in the pop scene. So it's like, Fury, what are you guys trying to do? It's what I don't understand. Okay, Echoes is a good song, definitely one of the better ones on the record, like I said, but it's just, again, it's not something that really stands out all too much. Like, whenever it comes on, I guess it's an enjoyable enough listen, but then I don't really think about it too much. After that, you got the title track, Wake Up Call, which I think it has a nice chorus, I guess, but again, it's just kind of boring for the most part. And again, it's one of the, it's like, still, the first half of this album is definitely the better part. And still, like, I'm saying all these negative things. I mean, Wake Up Call, okay, I like the chorus, it's a wake up call and stuff, but I know the verses don't do much for me. Again, it's just a forgettable track. And then after that, you have PCH, which again, it has a catchy chorus, I guess. But apart from that, I can't really say anything about it. Like, it's just forgettable. Like, I honestly don't even really remember what I can, and too much about this track. Like, what can I really say about it? It's just bland. It's just there. It's not real music with, it doesn't really have any kick behind it. Like, you look back at older Fury songs, like, there's, like some of the ones that you really like whether it was some of those misogynistic songs, like, at least, like, that's something that made you remember it, like Bitch Came Back, Bad Girlfriend. Hell, you look back at a song like Hate My Life, and that was not even a heavy song at all, but it's memorable because it was cleverly written and just fun to listen to, with just good musically, that it got stuck in your head a bit, and that you actually just enjoyed listening it all the way throughout, and that you actually would come back to it. Here, these songs are just there. Honestly, like, later in the album, you have songs like Loner, Time Machine, fucking Pole Mouth, like I don't even understand what, but those songs are just so, like I just said, they're just so there. They don't do anything. They're like the perfect definition of filler. Sure, it's not necessarily bad music, but it's not good. It's just, like I said, it's down the road. It's there to just fill out the album. And, while it might be nice to listen to, like, oh, nice chorus, oh, that's a catchy bit, like, oh, that's a clever lyric, overall, it really just doesn't do anything for you. Like, one other highlight I have to mention on here is probably gonna be GOAT, this song, the GOAT, as in greatest of all time. I don't know, this is just a song that, I like, this is a song that is memorable because it's written, it's written well, I think. It's basically one of your typical inspiring songs, telling you that you are the best of all time, you push until the end, stuff like that. It kind of reminds me a bit of The Script's Hall of Fame, as it's, a similar kind of topic, telling you that you can be the best, you're the world's greatest. Also, like, oh, The World's Greatest by R. Kelly. And I like that for it. It's a nice song to listen to when you're kind of feeling down, I guess, and it's definitely another highlight. It's just too bad that after that there's not really any song that matches up to it. You have the song Glass Jaw, which is such a disappointment of a track, honestly. Because I actually really do like the way the verses sound on Glass Jaw, and then it feels like it's building up to something. And then every time the chorus kicks in, it's like the biggest letdown you've ever felt in your life. It's like all of a sudden it's just, you hit me in the glass jaw, whoa, and it just gets rid of all this excitement, all this like stuff that has actually been building up through with the verse, and it's just like, what, like, again, it's not doing anything. Like, honestly, I'm telling you, that song could have been good if it had a fucking good chorus. I'm sorry for swearing, but I'm a bit passionate about this. You know, Fury are a band. Oh my god, I just called them Fury. Fury of Deadman is a band I actually really like. You know, I like, as you would know if you know been following these reviews. And this album is just so disappointing. And I really hope that their next release is gonna be back to the old stuff. You know, like Nickelback, learn from your mistakes and just go back to being heavier again. Cause please. But I'm actually not sure if they will, because the song RX was such a big success that they might just do the same thing again. Oh, man, I hope not, but like I said, Glassjaw could have been something, but the chorus just really ruins it, and again, it just turns it into a track that's just sort of there. And then the album closes off with a cover of Wicked Game, which, no, it really doesn't do anything all too special. It's not bad, but again, it's just not something that I really come back to all that often, so all in all, this is like an album where I actually do think the first half is decent. I mean, it's nothing too great, but Straightjacket is a good way to open up the album. Definitely, I'd say it's my second favorite song on here behind Goat. RX, even though, you know, it shouldn't have been as successful as it was, it's still definitely one of the highlights. A good, catchy track, you know, to listen to. It has a nice atmosphere to it, you know, the guitars, all that kind of stuff. Echoes has definitely grown on me a lot. I do like the chorus. Wake Up Call, even though it's definitely not a really memorable track, it still is a lot better than some of the later stuff on here. With a chorus that actually does have some energy, all that kind of stuff. PCH, you know, I feel strange, like that bit alone, I guess it's something. No, it's something more memorable than, you know, like that you can, like, it's more memorable than some of the later stuff, is what I mean to say. And then Goat, again, like I said, probably my favorite song on here. But unfortunately, after that, it just goes downhill. And that says a lot, because the first half wasn't really all that spectacular, was it? Like Loner, like I said, Loner, Time Machine, just songs that, unless I just listen to them right now, I kind of just forget, like what happened in that song? Like, I don't know. So, all in all, Fury's Wake Up Call. I mean, what the fuck? Like, they change, like this is such a sellout album. Like, they even changed their name just to make it simple. Like, I get that people were calling them Fury before this album, but to, like, completely just get rid of the Of a Deadman, it's just like, why? Like, why? Fury of a Deadman is a cool name. You don't have to change yourself to Fury just so the mainstream public can, you know, easily like access your music easier. Like, you know what I mean? But this is just such a disappointing album. I wouldn't call it terrible, because like I said, it has some good moments. I'll go out and say that it's not a total piece of shit. But again, it's really not a good album. It's something that, you know, I listen to from time to time, like for those couple of decent tracks, you know, but I just, whenever I want to listen to Fury of a Deadman, let's just say I don't listen to Wake Up Call. That's all I have to say. And that's gonna be it for this review. Yeah, tell me in the comments below what you guys think of it. That's it for the Fury of a Deadman discography. Not a good way to end it, of course, but hopefully that, you know, whenever the band releases their follow-up, hopefully it's gonna be back to the old stuff. Please let that be the case. But tell me in the comments below what you guys think of the album. What your opinion is. Who knows, maybe you guys actually like this record. Maybe you are a fan of it. Maybe you like the new direction that the band is going. Certainly I'm not the biggest fan of it, but who knows, that my opinion is not the only one out there. So I always like to read your guys' opinions, so tell me in the comments below what you think. It's like the fourth time I've said that already. And yeah, that's it for this discography review. One thing I want to say before I finish this video, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing next after now finishing this discography. Yeah, school has been very difficult, so I might, you know, like, my uploads might be a little bit more scarce from now on. Like, I'll do my best to get some videos out, of course, but I cannot make any promises. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna be doing. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna follow this up with another full-on discography series, because that would just take too long, I think. And if I would, then it definitely would not be like a long discography, if you know what I mean, because Like every time I do that, I'm like, oh shit, I still have to review the next album, and it just kind of puts some stress on me, and I don't like that right now because school is bad enough. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna be doing now, but I mean, I'm probably gonna be like, my next video is probably gonna be something smaller, like not the start to an entirely new series, if you know what I mean. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this entire series of these Fury of a Deadman reviews. I don't know. I don't know how I would rank the albums. Like I've said many times before, that it's like it changes from day to day which Fury of a Deadman album I like more. All I can say is that this is definitely my least favorite one. Yeah. But my name is F.A.D, and I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Bye.